Remember the dog dewormer fenbendazole we were talking about? It's in a class of drugs called benzimidazoles, which is albendazole, mebendazole, fenbendazole. There's a couple others, thiabendazole, but they're just not used that much, so not worth discussing. Anyway, the reason I wanted to talk again about this is that I ran across a study and their conclusions were this.
Unsubstantiated claims that fenbendazole can cure cancer are misleading and can cause harm. Cancer patients should treat any information promoting unconventional treatments online with caution.
Anyway, so unsubstantiated claims. Well, Joe Tebbins is not a claim. He's just alive since 2017 with advanced stage 4. And you just don't see that. You just don't see that, okay? Thousands of other people that I work with also, and they're all over. If you just hunt around on the internet, you'll find that people all over the world are using it. So why does it work so well? How can it do that? Well, because it blocks several of the pathways that CFCs require for living, right? It's a topoisomerase inhibitor. It is a PARP inhibitor. It is a microtubule inhibitor. It is a DNA intercalator. It is an androgen receptor blocker. Agonist. The other thing it does is because it blocks by upregulating the p53 gene, which is always mutated, but it gets upregulated. Mutated genes don't get upregulated, right? Only silenced genes get upregulated. But if they're mutated, they're mutated. Anyway, it gets upregulated by this. It also works with the hexokinase 2 and the GLUT1. So it actually prevents glycolysis or fermentation. For that reason, there's no lactic acid buildup, and for that reason, it's considered, of all the benzimidazoles, probably the best for the situation with CFCs. So, what are the topoisomerase inhibitors? What does that mean? Well, these are drugs that are used to treat breast CFCs, colorectal CFCs, pancreatic, ovarian, small cell lung, and non-small cell lung. Okay, that's what the studies have been published regarding topoisomerase inhibitors. What are they? You may have heard of topotecan, irinotecan. There are others, but those are the two that I'm thinking people might have heard of. All right, so they're widely used. Okay. Now, doxorubicin also falls in there, but it's also what they call an alkylating agent, right? Just like daunorubicin and dactinomycin. Those are all alkylating agents that are also part of the mechanisms by which the fenbendazole works, right? Now, the androgen receptor agonists are for the people who have what they call castration-resistant prostate CFC. What happened to them? By the way, if you don't know, cancer is not an informative word. It's just an emotionally laden, ridiculous word that communicates nothing. The real word is chronically fermenting cells, CFCs. Okay, so anyway, so now that they've done all the hormone blocking and it's still coming back, this is when they turn to the androgen receptor agonist. Fenbendazole does that. Okay, the PARP inhibitors. The PARP inhibitors are used with what they call heritable CFCs, such as the BRCA1 and BRCA2. They use the PARP inhibitors. And then, okay, the microtubule inhibitors, right? These are like the taxanes, right? Paclitaxel, docetaxel, which is Taxotere and Taxol. Okay, the vinca alkaloids fall into this category of microtubule inhibitors, which are vinblastine, vincristine, and vinorelbine. Right? These are widely used. All of these are widely used in treating all solid tumors. And even in some of the non-solid tumors. The point is this: it involves so many pathways and blocks their ability to use glucose for fermentation and to make energy. It does all of this that there's no way it possibly couldn't work, and it explains why Joe's still alive. The difference between this and all those drugs is those drugs ensure metastasis. Those drugs cause you to not really want to go through it anymore. You feel so terrible. Those drugs wipe out your bone marrow. You can't eat any. But the worst part is that it's going to ensure metastasis. I didn't make it up. It's in the literature. So anyway, it's safe, doesn't hurt any. It also has a little side benefit of killing the parasites, and we all have parasites. So anyway, just want to give you the other side, or the real side, the real truth of what's going on with the benzimidazoles, okay? And now there are a lot of good, I think, well-intended researchers who are saying, hey, this stuff works.